What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Barbecue. What I'm doing today is going to be a beef stock in my pressure cooker. For those of you guys that watch my channel know that I've been loving this pressure cooker. The beef stock I'm making, typically I would use like a beef short rib bone or maybe just any of those soup bone kind of things with a lot of marrow in it. But I have some leftover beef and bones from a recipe I did using some New York strip steak, so that's going to be the meat that we're going to be using to get our stock. When I make stock, I don't go to the store and buy all these different ingredients and stuff like that. You know what? I use what I have on hand. So what I have on hand is I have some garlic, some cilantro, some white onion, some jalapeno, I have a couple bay leaves, celery, and carrots. We will be adding some salt. Anyway, if you hear that sizzling, that's because I have the brown feature going on in this pressure cooker. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add this beef bones and the, just some of the meat. I left some of the meat on the bones. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of salt, and then we're going to cook them until they're kind of browned on all sides. So I will be stirring this. Once that's browned, we'll remove these. We'll remove the beef and start cooking some of this other stuff down. All right, guys. One thing I forgot to tell you was I did add about 5 tablespoons of canola oil to this to brown this meat in. What I'm going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take this beef out, and as you can see, there's still a lot of meat on that. And we're probably going to eat some of that, but that's going to give us a lot of flavor here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep it on the brown setting, and we're going to brown up all these vegetables. I'm going to set the bay leaves aside for now. We're going to throw in our celery and our carrots, and then our garlic, cilantro, onion, and jalapenos. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to cook these until they get kind of a little bit caramelized. And that shouldn't take too long, maybe about another 10 minutes or so. So now that we have our vegetables cooked down a little bit, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our meat back in with our bones and our bay leaf as well. Alright, I just want to make sure that, let's go ahead and just lay that down. We're going to add water, and since we're making stock, I am going to go ahead and add quite a bit of water to this, so I'm going to cover this up completely. We're going to go ahead and get this pressure cooker humming. Now that we have this liquid in here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the lid on, lock it down. I'm going to adjust the pressure setting to its highest point, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on stew, and I'm going to go ahead and add another 10 minutes to it. So we're going to be going 40 minutes on this. It's going to pressurize, then start cooking. What we're going to do is let this cook the full 40 minutes, and then I'm going to let the pressure cooker release the steam automatically. Let this cool off for a little bit. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and remove any of the beef and bones that are left in there, plus any large vegetables that I can get. Then when we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and strain it for the first time. We're going to strain it actually a couple times. I think that's good. Let's go ahead and set that aside. And let's strain it. That looks good right there. What I'm going to do is let it cool off a little bit on the counter. Then I'm going to throw it in the refrigerator, and the fat's going to rise to the top. Then we're going to skim that off. Let this sit in the refrigerator until the fat rose to the top and solidified. Now we're just going to go ahead and scrape all of that off the top. We're just going to set it in a, just set it somewhere. We're going to be throwing that out. Now since we got all that off the top, what we're going to want to do is heat this back up again. You could pour this in a pot and throw it back on the stove. I'm just going to throw it in the microwave for a couple minutes just to heat it up, and then we're going to strain it again. So I threw this in the microwave for a couple minutes, got it kind of back in a liquid form. I did throw that fat away, but you can use the skimming that I took off of that to cook something like baked beans or something like that. Refried beans should be good to go. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to strain it. You can be super sophisticated and use like a cheesecloth. This is no Hippie barbecue. I'm running it through a paper towel. And actually the paper towel is going to get more of the impurities out than even the cheesecloth or something like that will. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to strain it through this paper towel and our strainer. And that's going to take a couple minutes, so once this is all strained out, we'll go ahead and jar it up. So we strained it through that paper towel and that strainer, got all the impurities out. Now there's only one last thing to do, and that's we're just going to go ahead and jar it up. I'm not sure exactly how much this is going to make. Looks like we're going to have a little bit over the quart. Now let me just leave this in here. I'm going to pour a little in here just to take a little sip. Let's see what's up. You know what this tastes like? Almost exactly like French dip au jus. This is some good stuff right here. You know what? I had somebody ask me how to cook gravy. I may go ahead and make a beef gravy out of this. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe. I'm out.